Ah, see you, Rex? Yeah. Well done. Good spotting. I'm just going to show you how well this was spotted. Tiniest little gap there. There you go. Look at that. Literally just the eye through the grass. That whole surreptitious and secretive nature, almost mystical and mythical, comes to the foreground here. You look at a leopard like this. In its perfect habitat. Looks like she's cleaning herself a little bit. Obviously from the feeding, just making sure the coat stays nice and neat, nice and clean.
Yes.
She's so pretty. Charles again. How's it doing for you? I think maybe come take this spot where I'm. It's the only spot you can really see. Okay, and cool. Otherwise, just yeah. If you can't, you can just take this one. Oh, magic! Absolutely magic. Today is the day I want to get some proper facial shots as well. Actually funny, over the last while, the occasions we've had to see them, hasn't been many opportunities for photographs. A little bit forward, you got the branch there. It's a little bit sleepy. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. It's Tingana, right? You sure? Hey? Ricky, yeah? Saseka maybe, from the behavior. I'm going to try and over the next while try and get some proper facial photographs of these youngsters. I'm a little bit rusty actually in terms of getting the sort of whisker spots and things down, but like I said, we've had lots of good sightings of the last while, but never really opportunities for photographs, just with how it worked out. But yeah, I think I agree with you, Rex. I think Dana by now would have been nervous. I think after that certainly must be Saseka. Nice relaxed Charles joining us here. It's thick, tricky bush here. He's managed to find another gap on that side. Luckily it means we can stay here and have another look at her. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Don't think you can ever see enough leopard. Now as a comparison, we often, I think Rex and I, it's become sort of almost more like a sort of a joke between friends, the leopard and the elephant thing. Obviously we all like everything as much. I feel really stoked every time I see a leopard. I get very excited, and you get this whole feeling of goodness. Literally, it's a sensation that's that good. I don't think you can ever spend enough time with these cats. And it's such a privileged place, such a privileged space to be a Djuma and Sabi Sanj in general, which is arguably the best, or if not the best, one of the best in the world for viewing leopard. And I'm sure as many of you have realized, especially those of you that have been joining us for a long time, those of you that may be joining us today for the first time, you will fall in love with these creatures if you haven't already. They are gracious, they are beautiful, they are magical, enigmatic. Many places, even where people guide and game rangers live and work for years, they don't see leopard often. Over here we're spoilt enough to see leopard on quite a regular basis. Not only see them, but experience them. The leopard, that's normally what it does. But it also means you get to see them walking around and feeding and hunting and playing. And you really get to spend time with them, you really get to know them as individuals. And again, it's always good to remember that there's different people from all over the world with us on drive, all different ages, all different demographics, and also all different levels of experience. I was talking the other day with a friend of mine saying that many of you probably know, I was going to say as much or maybe more than some guides. I don't mean that as a feather for Rex and myself, but between the two of us and Marco and Nick when he was here and different people over time, those of you that have come and drive often with us have shared so much time out in the bush. If you had to go and work out your collective time spent in a game drive, I think you'd be quite surprised yourself. But then also, of course, some of you might only have joined us today for the first time. It's only recently that we can now effectively accommodate very large numbers of people. Up to not so long ago we could only have about 1,000 people here with us. And now, of course, that number is potentially much greater. Those of you that have only joined us over time, as you maybe join us more and more and get pulled into this magical world of wildlife, you'll get to know some of the characters. I mentioned the name Saseka. Rex and myself talking just now. Saseka and Tingana. They're the two daughters of a female called Karula. Now Karula is a fantastic character. We've had magical times with her most recently when she was back in Eastris and she was around the camp. Now Karula, which means peace, is the mother of Saseka and Tingana. Saseka means beautiful, Sasekile, and Tingana means shy. That's why Rexon said earlier, and I can fully agree with that from the behavior we've seen now, almost certainly Saseka. With the other vehicle joining us, there was no nerves, she didn't move off. So that's the three characters around here. Also Safari female, the mother of Karula, grandmother of this one we're looking at now. We saw her a while back. There's a picture of her also on one of the blogs. Fantastic leopard, I remember her from the early 2000s when I was here. So there's these great stories of different individuals and how they relate and interact with each other and with the environment. Other species, the habitat itself, us. So you take all those things and you put them into a beautiful, wild, untamed setting. And of course it's something that I hope you will want to see more of. Can you see the llama there? Okay, Rex is just trying to show you can just make out the shape there through the grass. That's what this leopard has hunted and killed. It's a little duiker. Is that Rex? I can't actually see it. Yeah, like Rexon says, that little grey blotch there amongst the grass. There's the food. Now again, to add into that story, like I was saying, the last time that Karula was around, she was around camp for quite a few days and she was marking a lot, she was in the area a lot, basically looking for a male. It shows us or told us that she was in estrus again, in other words on heat or ready to reproduce. But that also meant there were going to be some repercussions or natural repercussions, sort of normal things for this little leopard. And Charles helping us out there with the radio is always handy. Look at that beautiful calm leopard. I think we're going to try and come back here again later. But just to quickly finish off my point there, what is very good to see is that Saseka seems to have made this kill herself, and that is just an affirmation or almost a coming of age, if you want, showing us that this leopard will be fine. Mother goes pregnant now and she never hunts for her youngsters again, which she won't do, it's normal. This one will be good. So it's a very happy story as well to see this female little youngster on a carcass, nice and relaxed, not stressed. And hopefully we can come back a little bit later. We're going to make a space for another vehicle. But what a start to the afternoon.